And today is the time for your favorite program, the Child Safespace, brought to you by the Shepherd Mentorship Foundation, T.S.M.F, in collaboration with MBIMB. I am Atomare John, your host for today, and together with me are my co-host,
Abigail,
Henry,
Ifoma.
Well, today we'll be talking on a topic, integrity in children. How do you build integrity in children? Is it the duty of the parents, the child themselves, or the society? But before we get into the topic proper, let's enjoy this short break.
It cold though.
Make you hear me say, you should take care of the little children. You should take care of the little children. You should take care of the leaders of tomorrow. Make you hear them sing, oh no. Care of the little children, oh no, no. Care of the little children, oh no, no. Leaders of tomorrow. Make you hear them sing, oh no, no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, oh, oh. Leaders of tomorrow. My children, my children, my children.
Radio Maria 91.3 FM.
Radio Maria 91.3 FM. Radio Maria. We are only a dial away.
Okay, welcome back. And if you are just joining in, this is the Child Safe Space. And our topic for today is integrity in children. How do you build integrity in children? Is it the duty of parents or the duty of the children themselves or the society to actually build this integrity in children? First, let's even say, what is integrity? Okay, the English dictionary sees integrity as the practice of being honest and showing a consistent and uncompromising adherence to strong morals and ethical principles and values. In ethics, integrity is regarded as the honesty and truthfulness or accuracy of one's action. Well, personally, I see integrity as being honest and having strong moral principles. Abigail, what do you see as integrity?
Okay, you just said it now, you defined it, but for me, integrity in one word is being honest, being sincere. It's actually difficult to be sincere at all times, but you can make it a conscious effort to tell yourself that no matter what happens, I'll be sincere. It's easy for you to say, I'm a very honest person, because they see plenty money, Abi. But the truth of the matter is, until you are being tested with a particular situation before you can know whether or not you are as honest or you have integrity as you seem to say it.
Henry.
Okay, it's just like everyone has said, integrity is just about being, should I use the word, being honest, and then it's when you're being tested to a certain degree, you understand, that's when you can say, okay, but then you just have to have, especially the topic we're talking about today, you just have to be honest to a certain degree. You just have to hold on to your morals, you understand, and ensure that at every given point in time you're being honest to a certain degree. Anyways.
Hi. Integrity. Like one thing I've noticed when you search for integrity, there's one thing that keeps on repeating itself: honesty.
Yeah. Like
you have to be true to yourself, to the vision of whatever it is that you are doing. To if we're talking about workplace, you have to be like that's honest, true. Are you doing what you're supposed to do? Is what you are doing truly what you're supposed to do? So there was this article I saw. They also incorporated sound judgment, dependability, loyalty, and of course honesty into the entire, into the mix that makes up a person of integrity. So not only are you honest, if they should say, let's give this person this thing to do it, they know that the person will truly put in their all in executing that mission or whatever that task is, and they know that you are dependable and they can trust your judgment, that you evaluate whatever scenario that you are seeing. So it's a lot. Like, honesty is the core thing, because once you are already true to yourself, like, even you cannot even make excuses for not carrying out a task. Once you are honest, you know that true I can do this thing. It's just laziness that is holding me. Do you understand? So and that pushes the part of dependability. Sound judgment. When you evaluate something honestly, you can make solid judgment. You can make something. You can decide. You can make a decision that will advance the achievement of that task. Then loyalty too. An honest person, once you're honest and you're true, like, it attracts people to you, and the type of people attract to you, like, they're your people, and you will be loyal to them. And you also how will I put it? When they say he's a man of integrity, I don't know, when I just hear that thing, that man is a man of integrity, I always imagine the person like a skyscraper, solid. That's nothing to you, no shaking.
Okay, Foma, what do you have to say?
Okay, for me, integrity is accountability, being held accountable to whatever you say or do. You know, like Abigail said, everybody claims they are sincere, they are people of integrity, until you put them in a position where they are supposed to show that, yes, I'm a sincere person. I always tell people, don't point fingers until you're in a particular position. You can come. It's easy for you to come out and say, if I'm the one there, I won't do this. Wait until you're there.
Trials and
you understand? If you don't do that, then when you come out, you can confidently say, yes, I'm this person. You understand? So for me, that's what integrity is, accountability.
Okay, now let's go into what we are here for.
Okay.
Who is supposed to instill this? I believe each and every one of us here passed through a family and pass through institutions and stuff like that, but I want to ask us from our own personal point of view, who do we think is having the highest responsibility in instilling this integrity in children? You know, let's not forget the purpose of this show, the child safe space. So let's not always put it in the adult level. So who do we think?
The bedrock.
Well, let me ask you, Henry, who do you think?
I know people, a lot of people say training or bringing up a child is a collective responsibility, the community. But then I think it starts from the nuclear unit, that's the family. You understand? And like we always say, it's most time the things we pick up as children growing up, right? Now we're talking about morals, right? As basically things we see. Not necessarily what we know we hear both from what we see and what we hear, you understand? So I think, like you say, charity begins at home, you understand? So it has to start from the home, the unit, because that's where you grow up from, that's where you see your parents. Most times, I remember as kids, maybe they'll come and knock on the door and be like, maybe daddy's at home and someone is coming to look for daddy. And then daddy will say,
I'm not in the house.
I'm busy, or tell him I'm not in the house. You understand? So but this
my daddy said that.
And most times will be very funny. I would say my daddy said it's not. That's how innocent they are at that point in time. So I think it starts from there. You understand? You need to start instilling those little drop of waters. You feel like it's make this. We're just saying that line. Or most times we'll say there are some lies that are necessary. You understand? So I think that's where it comes from. Being honest at that point, that's where the integrity, that's where you start instilling integrity in these children, what they see us do, what we tell them to do, and all of that. So I think it has to start from the unit, the family.
You know why I was laughing when you when you give the example of your father telling I'm not around, I just remembered, okay, back in the days where your parents would tell you, don't tell lies. only children of the devil tell lies. So there was a time my mom actually told me, I was like, okay, daddy said I should come and call you. He said I should go and tell my dad that she's sleeping. Now, there's something about children, like, I think I experienced it, you know, when that thing passed, my dad did not even say anything, because my dad is someone that once you are sleeping, he doesn't like to disturb you. So there was a time my mom was telling us not to tell her, and I was like, I attacked her, mommy, but you tell me to tell daddy. You didn't sleep. So I think this topic actually it starts from the home.
True.
Yeah.
Because if they are not able to get it right from the home, they'll not be able to get it right when they go out.
Exactly.
It will be very difficult for them. They'll even pick anything they get from the street. But if you instill a particular kind of lifestyle in these children, they'll understand, okay, this is not what I am taught at home. Then if they go out and they are getting an aligning aspect of what they are being taught, they'll add it to what they have and stuff like that. So I think we are actually on the same, but I don't know for Ify, because this one Ify is not saying anything. But Ify, what do you think?
No, it's not like I'm not saying anything. Just that, yes, in as much as it comes from the parents, yeah. But I also think I've always been for the community.
I know. I knew it.
No, let me explain. Let me explain what I meant. Growing up, I didn't really have my parents around a lot, telling me what to do.
Yeah.
But I keep repeating one name, Auntie Bridget, this neighbor we had. If there's 50% of the home training I have today, she instilled in me.
Wow.
Auntie Bridget beats me more than my parents.
Shit.
Yes, my mother, even when my mother comes back, she'll tell her, borrow me this girl. Let me still deal with her. So somehow I was so conscious of what will I do so that Auntie Bridget will not punish me. So if she tells you this is wrong, you cannot do it. Yes, my mom on her own tried. Yeah, she tried, but like I said, I picked those things from the street. But like you said, telling a child to go out and tell somebody that's looking for you that you're not around, you might not know. They call it white lies. That's what they say.
Lies.
It's a simple lie.
If you want to instill integrity in a child, you have to tell the child this is wrong, no matter where it's coming from. Me inclusive as your parent. So if I don't want you to lie and I tell you to lie, know that lying is lying.
Very true.
There's no his mommy's own lie or his daddy's own lie is not a lie. You understand? Mm-hmm. So if you really want a child to be a child of integrity, we should try as parents, you understand, to curtail some of these things we do. Because most times they do it carelessly. Mm-hmm. You might not even know. Or like somebody said, when your child when your child goes to school and misplaces something and you just tell the child, why didn't you take another person's own? That's silly.
Now why are you trying to remind me of
that means that
why did you come back empty? You should let your child know that if you misplace something, stealing another person's own is wrong.
It's not the answer. Yes,
exactly.
Yes,
so I'm not far from it, John.
So but from the way this topic is going, does it mean that most of us we have actually lost integrity at one point of the time? Because I'm not going to lie, because when I was in school, if you thief my pen, man,
now 15
pen go down. Pen go down.
You can relate. No, I can't.
Is it bad? Wait. Beret. Hey, it is well.
It's like it's only you.
And as in
I don't understand.
Did you have space in your room for your own belongings? That's
yes.
Okay. Oh,
yes, no.
okay.
I have my own bag.
Well, like I like what Ifeoma said, that the parents, that is not just like, okay, for example, she gave her own home scenario that her mom was not focused on her like that, but then her neighbor stepped in. Francis too has given an example of that part of his training was from his neighbor. Community. So you can see it's not only one person that trains it, but we cannot deny the fact that it starts from inside the house. It's the parents that have the primary responsibility, because you see how you tackled your mom. That's how innocent children are. Like they are actually observing you. Like they are seeing what you are doing.
Every single time.
Children already have their own small mischief in them. So if you do not start tackling the small one that is already follow come, and instead you are feeding it with your own actions, with your own examples, imagine the type of person you are bringing to society. There is this YouTube as I used to watch YouTube series. It's true crime drama. This man was this man was known as a very mischievous person. He knew how to go to bars and cheat the bartender. I don't know how I'm going to put it, but when they traced his history, it turned out that it started from when he was small. His father himself was coaching him. he will coach him on how to run in front of a moving car so they can sue the driver for money. He will coach him on how to exaggerate an injury that he sustained in school so that they can sue the parents for money. Like, you know how, imagine me, I'm a parent, I'm crying, my son's heart has broken, my son's heart has scattered. My son knows that is not how his hand is, but he already knows that we need to get this out of this person, and he will not even contour the hand very well.
But you know, these things are happening.
Okay. No, this boy grew up. I'm coming. This boy grew up to be a serial killer. Like, he was the worst of the worst. They could not put anybody in the same prison with him.
Wow.
So you can see how something that started as he now grew. I don't think his father thought that the boy will graduate to that level. Maybe small corner artist.
But you give me the full gist behind the scene. Let's enjoy the short break. Don't talk that. Who is responsible and how do we instill this integrity in children? If you are just joining us, don't switch. You need to be here with us. Okay, we were saying about the integrity thing and stuff like that, parents and the society, and we forgot to actually include the children themselves, because I've seen a situation where the parents have actually done their best, the society has actually done their best, but this child still refuse.
It's deliverance, you take the child phone now.
I think we need to talk about children's intentionality towards accepting the lesson of integrity.
I would like to start by saying that children are innocent from birth, you know.
Exactly.
They come with their own innocence, and when you give birth to these children, they really see everything that is happening. As a father, as a mother, there are times that you are given a task to do. You know, either you're from any of the farm background and all. Well, me, I'm linking it now to maybe a Christian home, you know, and then they just give your mother so and so money. Remember when your mother is doing party in church and they give her money to organize food and rice, and you're seeing them. Most times they buy all the things, the rice is still remaining. Some of them will say, let me keep it in the house for my children. The Maggi is remaining, let me keep it in the house for my children. Even when your mother is sharing, she will go and carry extra and say, take home. Nobody is asking her. These children are seeing this and they are learning unconsciously.
Yeah.
And then they grow up and you're telling the child is already seeing the little things you're doing.
From them because they're always curious to learn things.
You're seeing all the things your parents are doing, or as a father, you're in charge of one organization in church or something. They are giving you money, you cannot even give accounts. I think most of all these are Orthodox churches. All these, you know, you write all the things you have spent down. It's not like I'm really in support of all they do and all that, but you know, you write out everything, because these children tend to see everything that is happening. It's from the little details. These children are very innocent. They see the little things the father and the mother do. You go to parties, now your mother go carry one Ghana, must go come back. You're so happy it's simple, but you don't know what you're really teaching that child at that point. And then at a point, the child is 10, the child can say all the lies. You know, when your parents are very strict, there's this saying that strict parents give birth to sweet liars. You know, you're so happy that you're so scared of what your father will do. While you're coming back, you're preparing the lie. You tell them and all. I think you need to, while there's liberty and all, you need to even give your child the room to also state what they have to say in their mind at their innocent state. Don't shut them up.
That's deep.
Okay, so sorry, I know when I started I said something. You said
many things.
No, I said a whole lot of things, but there's a particular thing I remember when Abigail was saying. That's why I wanted to just clear it. I said until you're tested to a certain degree. Now, I think that's wrong. When we're talking about integrity, you need to be honest completely, especially when you're dealing with children.
In every situation.
Strive. Parenting is intentional.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. So that is, there's nothing like a certain degree. And just like you said, I think what do we call them now? Gen Z. So in fact, I don't know. It's as if from birth or from the tummy. It's that bad. From the tummy. They experience what their mom feels and all. So you can imagine you doing certain things in front. They are very inquisitive.
Very.
So they see you. Let me use. They see you. How do I even put it now? They see you making a call, right? And you're carrying them. and then all of a sudden you see them start crying, they're seeking attention. You're talking on the phone, they want to talk on the phone.
Let's collect the phone.
So as that's how innocent they can be, but at the same time they pick every little details. Let me give you another example. You're carrying them in the car, and then one very useless driver bumps into you. You're like, you're stupid, you're mad, you're that. That's where they pick those little insults
Very
from.
true.
Yes.
That's where they pick those little insults from. You're stupid, you're mad.
If my parent can say it, of course it's normal. I can say
It's a norm. So as innocent as they can be, and you feel like they're not seeing what you're doing, they are.
Yeah.
That's why they're picking up these things.
But there's something I want to say. I understand parenting is one of the hardest things that
Very
can
difficult.
actually be done as humans. But let's not forget, these parents too are not 100%
100%,
perfect.
yes.
But there are some children, like you give them all the basic training. Okay, maybe you have a children of, like, let's say 4, but one particular one decide to go haywire. What do we say about that? Maybe because what I'm trying to say, I understand. I'll get back to you, Ifoma. What I'm trying to say is, some children, I think they need to be intentional about
Their own
accepting this. Okay, if child 1, child 2, child 3, and child 4 can decide to pick up the good part, why is child 4, child 5 not picking it?
I have said it.
Same training, same schooling, same everything, but one of them. I believe there are some people there's always a black sheep in the family. That's what people say. I'm not saying because you are wearing black.
But must you be the black sheep?
Yeah, but I just want us to come to an understanding that, yes, we understand it's not just the parent, but my own concern is, I feel the children, or should I say, people growing up have a role to play.
Let's hear from you.
Okay, so, what I wanted to say was, I wanted to counter Abigail, and thank God John said something.
Counter.
She said children are innocent.
No,
they are born innocent. Yes, wait, but let me explain something. Just like he said, you will raise 4 kids, 3 turn out right, 1 decides to be different. There was something that happened when I was growing up. I don't know if you did it. They gave us this sign for me card as kids in church.
Yeah. No man.
You see that sign for me card? Most of us, the point is you have to sign. People will
Collect
sign,
money.
make pledges, collect the money, bring it back.
Yes.
And then in church, the limit for you to go camping is 600 naira. If you can make up to 600 naira, you will go camping. Do you know there was a particular group that, unknown to us though, there's a gift at the end of the day. We didn't know they wanted to test the most sincere child. You get?
Yes.
So most people collected money,
For their parents.
ate the money. You understand? People signed quite all right. How old were we? 4, 5, 6. That early. So some of us collected a lot of money, but the target was, since they say 600 naira,
So you will spend
let
the
me
rest.
keep 600 naira.
and spend the rest.
There was a particular child that finished everything. When it was time for camping, she went to the mother and give me 600 naira, and they looked at the card. The card was full. Where is this money? Nobody knows.
Ice cream.
But that day, when they were giving the presentation, there was a girl that brought out 36,000 naira.
My goodness.
Like, she submitted every penny that they gave to her. So that day, that was the day something happened to me. I was like,
There's reward.
if this girl can win a box at this age, because they gave her this set of Ecolag, how come the rest of us, we ate the money and brought back 600 naira? Now our parents tried. That girl's brother actually ate his own.
See,
this is two children from the same house.
Bring your money, let's buy pepper.
You understand what we are saying? This is 2 children from the same house. I am very sure that the parents, like we are saying, have done their part.
yes.
Now, what will you tell me that because the brother ate his own, because the brother ate his own, now the parents didn't do right? No. They've done their good. They've done their bid.
So
They monitored it. Okay, me, I ate. Let me join you. I ate my own, but I remain 600 naira.
Integrity.
So
Okay, let's open the phone line. I think our audience will want to say something, 1 or 2 things. So the phone number to call for today, I believe some of us have already saved this phone number. Like people like ancestors. I know say it does. Okay, it's 081 08 447518. You can also send WhatsApp messages to the number. Let me call the number again: 081 08 447518. Okay, Joy, you were trying to say something.
Yeah. What I was trying to say is children also have their own parts to play.
Exactly.
You understand when they say parents, when they say okay, parents have responsibilities. You have to take care of your kids, train them, blah blah blah, like that. Kids have their own responsibility, even the society as well.
Yeah.
You understand? Maybe in schools, churches, you understand? And most of the time, parents also have to teach their kids on how to take responsibilities for their actions.
Okay.
You get? No, now when a child does something wrong, you understand? You know, there are some parents that will be like, oh, it's okay, don't worry, everything is fine. You get? Instead of making them take responsibility for what they did.
Yeah.
Respecting
just sweep
others.
it under the carpet.
You get? They don't want to take responsibility for what they did. They always blame others, other people, for the mistake they themselves made. Okay, let's just say in the instance of some parents having housemates in the house.
Yes.
Your child made a mistake, did something wrong, outrageous, purposely.
Yeah.
But now you are blaming the caregiver for that child's mistake.
Yes.
Now that child is looking at you, seeing it.
Okay, we have a call.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Ola.
You said?
My name is Ola.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Ola.
Good morning, sir.
What do you have to say?
All.
Oh, greet you too, sir.
Okay. So what I want to say, let me start by saying that in life there is nothing happens for nothing.
Okay.
So, and according to the third law of motion, it says action and reaction are equal and opposite.
Okay.
So there is the children that learn that did bad, even when he or she was doing very well. There is something that actually happened along the way that made them to misbehave. So there is no point. Children are born to be are innocent from the birth. So something will happen that make that child to misbehave. That's just what I want to consider. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Please, I want to come from
Lucy, I have something to say.
I also have something to say.
Wait,
No, Sige, let me start.
hello.
I'm sorry.
You're always having something to
No,
say.
there's something I want to ask. I want us to come from this direction.
Okay,
You understand?
direction master.
We agree.
Okay.
Children are innocent.
Okay.
You
And
agree?
Yes, I agree.
I also agree.
And I
If I might
totally
agree.
See, if I might not agree.
I doesn't
I might
agree.
not agree. I will
also
feel like the children have their demons. According to Chineke said, you need to get the point where if after doing all your best, the bedrock and everything, like that child refuses, deliverance comes. But I want to ask you something. Where did this? I want you to look at these two directions. Where did this child lose his morals? Secondly, at what point? Secondly, do you agree, or do we agree that to a certain degree, regardless of whatever morals we have had at home and all of that, it could be, let me use the case of the card. If I'm eating our own money and keeping 600.
Why are you
No, because you know,
No, the reason why I'm making it.
Children, just the way adults think differently.
Yeah.
That's how kids think differently as well.
Okay, wait. I really want to hear. I really want to understand this.
everything to hit the nail.
I'm getting somewhere.
Joy, calm down.
Wait, I want to hear what he's saying.
Now, aside this moral she has gotten from
yeah.
home, I'm home, for instance,
Yes.
which of bless them, which I know who she can be, right? I'm sure she has friends from the interactions with people.
Peer
And
pressure.
Exactly.
She would have seen her friends
Doing some
same.
sort of things.
So there's
Henry, you had a
demons.
free lunch.
You see me?
No, see, look, there's something.
They are
This
demons.
is
So we
actually.
can't condemn any child. That's the point.
Wait,
I'm trying to
we are not condemning any child.
See, we are not condemning any child.
Excuse me.
They are
external
Excuse me.
forces.
Excuse me.
They all
Do you
have
know?
different
Do you know why I
things. They
said
have
that?
things.
Do you know why I said that? That all of them have some small demon. There was this video I saw. This child pushed his crib. He was inside his crib. He pushed his own crib to his sister's crib and slapped her. Pampers. They are still wearing. It's because of baby monitor that the parents knew that's what happened. I want to tell you, no, I'm just giving you an example. But now we're talking about children. Okay, we're talking about integrity in children. But I've noticed that we've not addressed what situations can children show integrity. We know how adults can show by if they give you contract, or if they give you something to buy, you make account, you make a detailed list. But how can children show accountability? Let's start from home. When when you tell them, okay, when you wake up, you make your bed, you brush your teeth, and you take your bath. You put your dirty clothes in the laundry room. It's very simple. But do you know how difficult it is for some people to carry it out? Or you now ask the child, have you brushed your teeth? Maybe by that time, child doesn't know that if they did not brush, their mouth will smell. They now come and tell you, yes, bring your mouth. Do you understand? So these are small. These are really okay. Or should we come to the school scenario? School scenario. How many of you used to peep into your neighbor's paper during exam?
It depends on the kind of school. It depends on the kind of school.
Let me tell you. Which kind of school?
I know they peep.
Okay, now because that's another field for a child to display integrity.
Of course.
During when you are giving assignment, do you actually put in the work to do your assignment?
Or you come to class to copy?
Or you come to class to copy? Or
if it's maths, it's different now.
You turn the back of your new general mathematics to copy the answer because your teacher did not say show working.
Okay.
Math teachers could be asking for working. Thank you very much.
Okay, the phone lines are still open. The number to call is 081 084 47518. Start calling in and also sending your WhatsApp messages. Now, we've been talking about.
We really need to because we cannot keep on talking from above.
Yeah, I understand. I think we've been talking about
that,
who is responsible and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Now, how do we instill this integrity in a child? Like how?
What are the solutions?
Like how do we instill?
Train up a child in the way he should go.
Now, yes, train up a child in the way it should go. But I think there's this very, very important aspect: being a role model to that child.
Of course.
Okay.
That's key.
You cannot be telling a child, don't tell lies. And when NEPA comes, you tell them, don't go and show them the below.
Bypass.
It's like you have been bypassing, if not. So I think, first of all, we should, as parents, caregivers, be role models to these children. You cannot be telling a child, okay, we're having a call. Hello, good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. This is Casimir calling from Otkarimo now.
Oh, okay. Good to have you, T.S.M.F.
Yeah. On the topic you are saying, sometimes there was a story that was told that little children of up to 3, 4, 5, 6 was just okay. Let us go and test their innocency. Take them inside the bush or stay there. Let them see how they are going to grow. But it turns out that in between them, they started fighting. They started, exhibiting all those things that people, the elders or the grown-up, are still doing. Then we now begin to ask, where is innocency? Does it mean that human beings are born to be wicked, or it depends on the parents to make sure that, okay, this child already is not innocent, but let me try to train this child to be innocent. So the question keep on going on up to now. We still believe that children are not born innocent. Actually, it depends on the environment, the parents, and the people around them that makes them what they are.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes,
I really appreciate your input.
All right.
Thank you so much. Yeah, we know what we said about peer pressure too. That's like you can do all you have done in the house, but when they go out into society, is it enough to make them withstand what is going on out there? Do you understand?
Like and what you are giving them from the house,
yes,
is able to cover up what they are getting outside.
Is it solid enough to make them stand in their own rights? Because I always talk about videos that I say. I remember this boy that was talking about that
no wonder your MB used to finish quick.
Have I ever told them my MB has ceased? I don't understand. That why do you think you can intimidate me with your Jordans and your Nike? Like no, they have the super mat like maybe superstore sneakers, and they have the branded ones. And if you are not wearing the branded ones, you are seen as less.
Yes.
So like why do you think can intimidate me? That this boy was talking, I was in awe. He was like, what the main thing is what you have up here.
Healthy esteem.
And I was like, the parents of this child, they should just go and relax.
They shouldn't too.
No, understand that they cannot be afraid to send this boy anywhere.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
He will continue building on that, but that's solid foundation. So yeah, parents, let's not forget teachers too.
Yeah, very important.
When you come to teach, when it's time for you to come and teach the pupils, do you actually spend the time teaching them, or you just give them something to be doing and you sit down and you press your phone and they'll be seeing you laughing on your phone? I remember that time in primary school.
Don't break that table.
They'll be telling us that if you go to government school, the children, they used to pick egusi. I don't know. Anytime I'm imagining government school in my head, I'm always imagining children with trays of egusi. Everybody just sit down with their own tray and be picking egusi, which wasn't a very good picture. Like, as a teacher, are you using the time? Like, okay, yes, I have 2 hours with these children. I'm supposed to teach them mathematics. I'm supposed to teach them basic science. I'm supposed to teach them technology, whatever. Are you using that time? Like, are they seeing you doing it? And let me tell you, children, yes, they might not really enjoy learning, but when they grow, they will know those teachers that impacted them positively.
Yeah, that's very correct.
And even till now, we see it on Twitter. You see people hailing Mr. Bernard from.
Are you don't you know the teacher that impacted in you? Me, I know, like, even from every stage. Okay, I may not be able to remember my nursery school, but from primary school to even to the university level, there are some ways if you just see them, you don't want to greet them because of the kind of
flogging.
It's not even the flogging, but the way they behave, and stuff like that.
And then let's now say when the child is trying not to, like when the child is seeing that the teacher doesn't really care about what they do in class, trying to just, maybe I'll just give you classwork, and then I go on, start pressing my phone or doing whatever I want, and go out of the class and start talking to other teachers. Okay, let's not say, because it is what I see my classmate do that I do as well.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, now then my classmate might just give me an opinion and say, let's not do it. Let's not do what she asks us to do, or let's copy, or let's go and put chewing gum in a seat.
Or let's jump window.
Joe, you are very mischievous when you ask.
No,
she's
like
making a point.
And now maybe I don't have it in mind to actually do that stuff, but there is a way that my friend will persuade me and I will do that.
Yes.
And then I did the first time. I see that in fact that teacher is, because of the way she treats us,
she's lax.
Now we have no respect for her.
Yes.
Do you understand? Yes. We can do whatever we want. You get? Okay, now that's behavior of that teacher alone, and the scenario and everything that is happening, and the influence that my friend is putting on me as well, is going to tell the kind of integrity I will have when I grow up.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you said okay, how are ways that we can put integrity in our kids, right? So then I was talking about responsibility earlier, isn't it? How parents make their children take responsibilities for their actions.
Yes.
Okay, now talking about that house help that I was saying earlier, that okay, the child did something wrong. I know I did something wrong, but I know that I'm not going to take responsibility for that. My mom is going to beat the housemate for that, and I'm going to laugh at her.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, now I see that my parents, my mom and my dad don't have respect for that housemaid.
That's being biased.
And if I see people on that level, I am going to look down on them as well.
Yes. Okay. Very true.
That's why I think.
And it's
so when they go out, they know certain people that they are going to give respect to.
Yes.
They don't give a shit. So you get.
So what I was trying to say, right? That somebody was talking about, because we can sit down here and point out the different problems and all of that, how parenting and what the community needs to do and all of that. So I think one way, right? Because the truth is this: I need you guys to understand. Just like that teacher does not care about what we are doing in class and wants to get occupied whatever she's doing and gives us a work you want to do. There are certain parents that are like that, that do not really. They might try at the first time and then walk. You know how we can get all busy in life and then you leave it out to the nannies. So that's why I said I need us to understand this thing. Children, a child is a blank slate.
True.
You understand?
Yes.
And so whether you like it or not, they pick things right from what they see, the people they interact with. You understand? So I want to get so for me, one of the solutions, right, to cope some of these things is consistency.
That's
intentionality.
Okay, the phone lines are still open. We're expecting your calls. Don't just listen and not contribute. The number to call is 081 08 447518. If you are too shy to call, you can send us a WhatsApp message.
So like I said, consistency from the bedrock, like how we interact with these children, what they see us do.
Yes.
And then follow up, because even when you leave them, when you have done your part, when you have done your part.
Again, when the parents see, when the child sees her mom bribing her teacher to give her first position.
No.
Do you understand? I know that I don't have to work hard to get whatever I want.
Actually. So most times.
So like I said, it's consistency, follow up. You have done your part.
And play an example.
Yeah, they have seen. Yeah, they have seen you do these things. You're instilling these disciplines, these morals in them, and then at some point you need to set them out to the world for the teachers to continue in the community, right? You still do a follow up when they come back home. How was school today? What happened in school? You understand, and all of that. So I think for me, consistency, follow up.
Okay, me, what I'm going to say is, I think know the people your children interact with. You understand? Know their friends. Know where they go to. They shouldn't just tell you, Mommy, I'm going to see a friend. Who is this friend? In short, if you have to go as far as knowing the parents of this friend, so that you know the upbringing of this friend, because you might be doing your best at home, this child will pick up from the friend. You understand? Or you can go to.
It's not when.
No, of course.
I'm going to see somewhere, and after you came back from seeing somewhere, that was when you started smoking.
Exactly.
I'll go to somewhere.
What does Samuel's parents permit? If these people's goal don't align with yours, you might not pull out the child entirely, but you will watch your child. You restrict some certain things. You restrict the time the child spends with these people. So being intentional and not just being consistent, also being attentive.
Yeah.
You understand? For me, it's
I think that's where the follow-up Henry talked about comes to play. Because if we want to be sincere to ourselves, even as children, when we were growing up, we spend more time outside, even more than in the home. Yes. Our parents go to work, we go to school, we come back like 3 and stuff like. I think that's where the follow-up comes. As parents, caregivers, or even guardian. Yeah. When you come back, don't be too tired for your children. Like make them understand. Okay, what did you learn? Study their character. If they are introducing a new kind of character that you did not teach them, I think it's come.
Where did you learn it?
This is not what I taught you.
The house. Where did you carry
Don't do it.
Yeah.
And stuff like. And parents needs to be specific with what they want from their children.
Clear.
Okay, I want you to be honest, be truthful at all time, no matter what. Even I'm going to beat you, but if you tell me the truth and stuff, like you need to be specific. Love and respect everyone around you and stuff like. These are the things you need to tell them because make them understand they are important. Very.
Some kids don't have compassion
important.
at all.
Yeah, something you just said just clicked in my mind. Parents, I understand. No, as a child, we know how. When they tell us, you say the truth and the truth to set you free. Over time, we learned that.
You say the truth, not flog it.
Do you understand? But now, parents, we can actually change that narrative. We can actually encourage them. It's not everything you flog them about. And number 2,
sometimes reward even when they say the truth.
I will not say
it depends on the scenario.
Some children will now want to say the truth and get
exactly. So
you do rubbish, they can't give you biscuits.
Let's not reward. but then, like they should see that you are upset what they're about to do, and let them feel that this punishment is going to be sound. Then you now then with that, rather than now flogging them, you now be like, okay, it's all right, but don't do it again.
Exactly.
The relief, number one, that child will feel proud of him or herself that I said the truth, and truth actually sets me free.
Okay.
It actually set me free, and they'll be very, very pleased. And it also encourage them to.
Okay, Tina, you have to hold on. We'll have a caller.
We'll have a call.
Hello, good morning. Hello. Your name and where you're calling from?
Good morning. Yes.
Hello, good morning.
I can hear you. Good morning.
Okay, can you turn down the volume of your radio, please?
Oh, we lost him.
Okay, we lost the caller. Please, when next you're calling in, try as much as possible to turn down the volume of the radio.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying something?
Yeah, she was saying something.
So, like I said, when we're saying that children should have integrity, we should also try to create room for them to practice that integrity.
Yeah.
Because once fear enters the equation, they'll now start resorting to lie. Like how you said, strict parents make the sweetest liars.
Yeah.
So there should be kindness. Discipline is very necessary. But the difference between discipline and wickedness is love. Is children know when they are being shown wickedness, and they know when, okay, I messed up and this is the consequence of my action. Even in secondary schools, let's say senior to junior, we know those seniors that if they are handling your case, you'll be like, okay, yes, I but you know one that, hey, if they should near you, it's all over. Like your parents not recognize you for 1 week when you go back home. So all these things that we always talk about. You talked about clarity when you are telling your child, don't do this. Be clear when you are telling them. There needs to be kindness. There needs to be love. It's because it's only in that environment that any good moral can thrive. Because once they enter survival mode. Once they enter survival mode, it's all over. Like, I know when you're out to survive, you will lie, you will cheat. Do you understand? So don't make the home a place of survival of the fittest. Make it a home of communication, love, and yes, please, if I tell you don't do this, oh yeah, me too, I will not be doing it. Pray in the morning, do whatever activity, make sure your own action is reflecting what you're asking from your child, because they will call you out on it. Okay, the way atoms.
Okay, so let me give you a practical example, like a personal experience I had growing up. So I know these days this whole getting high of a thing is a thing for like, it's a trend. Let me put it that way, right? So I grew up. Sorry, I don't know if Daddy's hearing this, but it's called, So I grew up.
Daddy, please. So we are sorry in advance.
So I grew up with Dad, who's a chain smoker. He doesn't do it in front of me. He doesn't do it in front of my siblings or my mom or anybody. But I know he smokes, right? This is me, a child at that tender age. So I know. So, but there was one experience that changed even till date, I don't know what it feels like to smoke. It's not because I don't have friends who smoke. I have that peer pressure. I've always had it. You understand? But the truth is this.
Always know.
If my dad, then if I'm walking, had an experience, he was with his friends, sitting out with his friends, and we were smoking. And the moment he saw me from afar coming, he just lit the smoke. He threw it away. Right? I was like, guy, where are you coming from? And all of that. And I left. So as I was leaving, I heard him. His friend was not like, because he's small, but that's why he threw the smoke. He quarreled him, and that man never stepped a foot in my house. But they are best of friends. So even then, I will hear him sometimes be like, don't smoke, don't do this. If you smoke, you get ugly. Funny enough, if you know my friends, if anybody's here, they will tell you, then when we're growing up, be like, Harry, the past smoke to me, I'll be like, Mom, guy, if I smoke this now, I'll get ugly. So he instilled, even at this age now, I still say it to people who try to cajole me to do it. So that's why I'm saying it starts from the home, the bedrock, the things you say you do, it is very, very key.
Yeah, because there are no specific way of actually teaching a child. Just use random method. Child 1 can decide to pick one,
and that one
child 2 pick 2, and stuff like that. Sometimes you use examples of people in the society. See mama Sunday picking, see him, I see the way that boy like grow and stuff like that. Use good characters in movies, okay, in Tales by something like that. You see at the end of the day, enjoyed life and stuff like make it something for them to enjoy doing. Not that you fry your face. Don't make it like
Lion of the tribe of Judah in the family.
That strictness and stuff like, I think becoming strict parent these days is not even.
It's not a trend. It's not a trend.
That's why I say
make it flexible for them.
Adults think differently. You have different opinions on same topic. That's how kids think differently as well. You can teach 2 children same thing, but they pick different things on what you say. Do you understand? So that's why they will always have different opinions on everything in life. Do you understand? This one might pick whatever she want to pick. This one might pick whatever she want to pick. It's the same home. You get? So it depends on also the child as well.
There are also no rules for training children, actually. Okay, also in all of this, whilst you have done all there needs to be in training a child, even the greatest leader had people that still had to go their own way. You should also find peace and rest when you know that as a parent I have done everything I need to do. Any child that go astray.
Okay, we have a caller. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where you're calling from?
I am Ifo.
Okay, good to have you, Ifo.
That is Melody.
Please come again.
Thank you for this topic.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I've been having some experiences on this. I have 2 boys.
Okay.
So the senior one is very quiet and kind. So the junior one, if you see him, you think he cannot hurt a fly. But he was a problem in the house. Whenever I put some money, he will go and carry. And he will deny. And he does not know anything about it. When I quarrel, my mother-in-law will say, because I hate the child. I say, Mother, this is not what I'm talking about. My mother-in-law turned and said that it's my sister's son who pick it. I said, Mama, this child is an orphan. They gave him to me because there is nobody to train him. It's not that child. Later I learned my son will go to school in Army Children's School, Police Children's School in Katsina. He will buy chicken, he will buy egg roll, he will buy all sorts of things. Sometimes when he could not finish it, he will bring back to the house and give to the dogs. Sometimes he will forget it. When I say, this is not what I gave you to go to school. My mom will jump up. What has he done to you that you hated him so much? I said, this is my last born. I did not hate him. Till here in University of Abuja. Mama is dead. Everything started coming clearer and clearer to us. If the handout is, for example, 1,000, my son will come and tell me it's 3,000. If I say, Hannah, I've been to school too now. I have to find out. Come and find out. You don't have handbook. You don't have anything to do. Come and find out. People are going to school. What is it? What is it? So I decided to get what do they call it? To cancel it. It was then that my son told me that he started this since nursery. Pray. He regretted it. He said his grandma who used to push him. That grandma used to see him plenty times that he opened my purse. He would take the money. Grandma would say, run and take. And I'll come and accuse my first son and the second, and my sister's son. I love what you are saying. I call him, I say, you should tune to your radio. He's listening to it right now because I say I'm going to reveal the secret.
Okay. Well,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I am grateful
for sharing your story with us. Really appreciate. Thank you very much, and I believe everything is going to become good since he has heard this. Thank you very much, ma. It's so unfortunate we've come to the end of today's show, but before we leave, I would like to say these last words because I'm actually emotional now after listening to this story. It's a good thing your son is listening to us, but first of all, I want to say to the parents, do your part. Make sure you are a good role model to your children and even everyone around you. As a teacher, caregiver and stuff like that, make sure you are doing your work correctly. Then as a child growing up under your parent, learning from your parent and stuff like that, don't make the effort of your parents to come to waste. Be intentional about becoming something good in life. Don't pick up bad morals. Learn from the best, which is your parent. Even if you've lost it along the line and you are having regrets, don't forget the track is very, very wide. You can still rotate and get back on track and become good, become a good person in the society and not just a menace. So thank you very much. We have come to the end. Thanks for everyone for joining this discussion. Well, this was brought to you by the Shepherd Mentorship Foundation, T.S.M.F, in collaboration with MBI Imbe. Thanks to our producer, Mr. Casey. Bye for now. Don't forget, it's same time next week.